Hello, everyone. It's that time again. Time for another. This is Commentary with Ozzy Rose. Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Ozzy Rose. I hope everyone's had a great day today, and I hope you're having a great night. As for me, if I had a complaint, I'd say it was the winds on me out there strutting today, but oh well. I'm not going to complain about it. But, anyways, the topic for this commentary segment is popular. That's right, popular. Usually, if I go into a business, say for instance, Jack in the Box over here, I'll go in there and get food and stuff, and they'll say, "Well, man, you're pretty well known around here." And I say, "Well, I'm a popular guy, yeah, but that's all I am." I said, "I'm not a star or a celebrity or nothing like that, but I'm a popular guy, yeah." Back when I was in school, if you was well liked by your peers in school, you were popular. I was a nice kid, like I'm a nice guy today. I was a nice kid in school, but uh, it was well known about me. Was I a good basketball player? I was decent, but I wasn't the best on the team. But I was liked as a basketballer, but I was known as a nice kid. But if you pushed me, I pushed you back. If you bullied me, I bullied you back. If you hit me, the fight was on. So that was what was known about me in school back then. But I was a nice kid. That's the way my folks brought me up. They brought me up that, hey, if someone bullies you, you bully them back. They hit you, the fight better be on. But fighting don't solve everything. I kept telling my folks, I said, look, they want to whip me like they do the other boy. Yeah, the other boy starts it, but I can't take my whoopings, and eventually that's going to get me kicked out of school. Well, they would tell me, I don't care. Well, I cared. I do believe you have to take a little in life. Today I take a little. I stand my ground, don't get me wrong. If you do something to me, I'm going to let you know about it, man or woman. It don't make a shit to me. I am a nice guy. I am that, but don't mistake my popularity of being a nice guy to think I'm going to take anything, because I'm not. If I haven't done nothing to you, man or woman, and you do something to me, you're going to fucking know it. I'll give you an example. One day, I think I was in the third grade, and this boy pushed me, and I didn't do nothing. He pushed me again. Then when he pushed me the second time, I fell down, but when I got up, he hit me. I still didn't do nothing. My folks knew it the minute I got home. It's like they had fucking ESP. And you talking about getting a beat down with some willow limbs. I got beat with willow limbs not only by my mother, but my grandmother. And they said it better not happen again. So from that point forward, that's what I was known for in school. I was known as a nice kid, but you push him, he's going to push you back. You fucking hit him, and that's it. It didn't mean I was the toughest guy in school, because I wasn't. I was not the toughest guy in school. That I wasn't, or the baddest, or whatever you want to call it. But when I started getting into my 7th grade and 8th grade, it wasn't guys in my class. It was guys in high school thought they was going to come down and push me around. Sometimes it was 2 or 3 of them. I didn't walk away. I didn't run. I stood my ground and fought. And that's what I was known for. I was known as a fighter. But I was known that in school that I didn't start nothing with nobody. Just like today, I don't start nothing with anybody, and I'm not going to. That's not me. I'm a nice guy until you do something to me. Then when you do something to me, it doesn't mean I'm going to knock the shit out of you, but it means I'm definitely going to let you know about it. So, and none of my folks are alive today. So I could take a little today, which I do take a little. Don't get me wrong, I do. Violence does not solve everything. And I'm popular here for many things that I do, and I'm popular and known as I'm a nice guy, and I truly am that. And I would tell anyone, be nice up until someone gives you, it gives you a choice otherwise. If somebody does something to you, stand your ground, let them know about it. Tell them to go fuck themselves. It don't mean you have to fight somebody. Don't take nothing off nobody, but don't start nothing. And that's the way I am to this day. I'm not going to start nothing with anybody. That's not me. But what is me is I won't take anything, especially when I've done nothing to you to deserve it. But I still will take a little bit. I know we live in the most violent country in the world, and we are. It's not just for murders. It's for rapes, molestations, assault and batteries, you name it. And that's true. We are in the most violent country in the world for it to be a non-commie country. you know. I'm glad that I'm a popular guy here, and that I'm glad for and thankful and humbled by it, that I'm a popular guy here. But most people who do know me here know that about me. They know that, hey, he's a nice guy unless you do something to piss him off, you know. And I've always kind of been that way. But I don't, it's my own take on this. I know everybody's OCD to death. Everybody seems like road rages and everything. You know, I know everybody's stressed out, and that's true. It is. It's a different time and place. It always is. It's a camera world, you know. So, I mean, I get it, you know. Sometimes I get mad at a Jonesboro driver for being fucking stupid, you know. And sometimes I'll shake my head at them like that, just go on. And sometimes I'll take my right index finger and tell them, get the fuck on, you know. But, I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, I always wanted to be popular for something good. Like I said, when I was in school, I was popular as being known as a nice guy, and I was popular as known as being a decent basketball player. But I was also popular known that if you crossed me, that was a different story, you know. So, and I couldn't take whippings in school. When a boy started to fight with me, and the fight was on. And my middle school principal kept telling me, you know, look, eventually this is going to cause you to get kicked out. I know how your mom and grandma is, you know, but, you know, the other boy takes his whipping. I would tell her yes. But, you know, he hit me first. What am I supposed to do? Stand there and take an ass whipping? You know? So, you know, that was Barbara Payne, you know. And then I knew what was going to happen when I got into high school. I knew Trussell was the principal, and I knew how he was. You know, if you refused to take a whipping, that was a no-no. You was going to be in a fist fight with him. But the thing about it was, when I got into the 9th grade, he had done left to go to another school. We had a new principal, and he thought he was getting the badass. And like I told you, you ain't doing nothing but getting the cream puff. You know, I said, there's a lot better guys and tougher guys in this school than me. I'm not the toughest by far, not even in my own class. You know, so, but you know, I got kicked out for 3 days, and it's 2 weeks into the 9th grade, and I beat the snot out of that boy. He had picked on me all during the class. But he said, you come back, get another fight, you're out for the whole year. So I told him, forget it, I ain't coming back. So I went on to get my GED, you know, but it ruined my chances of graduating high school and going into college. I wanted to take meteorology and business, you know, but that's how my folks raised me, you know. So I had to do what they said first and foremost, you know. But, you know, it's like this. Everybody wants to be popular for something good. You don't want to be popular for something bad. You know, my grandpa said this one time to me, and I think I was 14 years old. He goes, I want people to fear me. I said, Grandpa, you shouldn't want anybody to fear you. I said, you would want people to like you and love you for who you are, not fear you. You know, and he was, I think, 83 at the time. You know, I said, I wouldn't want anybody to fear me. I said, I want people to like me and love me, but not fear me, you know. I said, there's nothing to fear in you, Grandpa. You're just a man. Like there's nothing to fear in me, you know. And there was nothing to fear in him. What, have 80-year-old looks when you're 30, you know, like he did, you know. So, but it's the truth. You do have to take a little. I do believe, you know, you just can't fight at the drop of a hat over nothing really, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad that I'm popular here. I've worked hard to be popular here. I've worked hard for a year and a half, every day, nonstop, and I'm glad that I'm popular for something good, because we don't want to be popular for something mean, you know. But anyways, I hope you can take something away from this if you can use it. I try to give you mainly examples of me in these commentary segments, as you know. But my popularity could all change tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow holds, of course. So I could be popular for something totally bad, and I don't want that. Who would, you know? But anyways, that's going to be about a wrap for this commentary segment, and the topic was popular. And like I said, I could lose all the popularity tomorrow. I hope I don't. I just want to keep what I got, that's all. So long, everybody. God bless you all, and thanks for putting up with me.